Hello folks, it's very very late. I was just speaking to God about something that I think could be quite important. I'm not sure, but I thought I'd put it on video while I'm receiving it, I suppose. I was speaking about the fact that it's quite likely that there are people in the church I'm in that when I speak about, because when they've said to me, "How are you?" and I've said, "Oh, fantastic, things have been absolutely amazing this week, things have been just incredible," that they think I'm lying. And part of the reason they think I'm lying, because when I describe to them in even a tiny bit of detail my relationship with God, or the relationship I have with God now, they honestly think that because they can't have that sort of relationship is just not available in any way, shape or form. But they also think, who the bloody hell do you think you are that you can have that relationship with God but we can't? Why on earth would God give that to you and not to us? Nah, that doesn't make sense. So of course I then went to God and said, well, why on earth would you give it to me and not them? Yeah, I'm nothing special, so why have you given it to me? And then I started to understand that because I was rejected before birth, basically upon conception, and I faced a lot of rejection in my life, and I lost a lot of relationships in my life. To me, when I became a Christian, as I say, I mean, for me, it was, I watched that film The Stand, and when you saw the people being called by the old lady in the woods, or the man that was basically, whether the devil or the Antichrist, not totally sure, one of those, and that question came, which would you go to? Well, once I answered that question, I knew, okay, yeah. I was living next door to a Christian family. Yeah, they sort of conned me. Well, as they do, you know. Yeah, everyone, close your eyes. If anyone wants to give their life to God, please put your hand up. Don't worry, nobody's looking. And of course, as soon as you do, oh, hello, you want to give your life to God. You lied to me, you dozy buggers. You said no one was looking. Of course. Yeah, you fell for that one. So, I think for me, it was a case that because I've had all that rejection. Yes, recently I had that situation, didn't I, with Mrs. B. It was nearly a year ago now, on the 24th of, so in 18 days time it will be a year ago when I found out she was married. And the big thing there is that threatened massively my relationship with God, because if I can't trust God, yeah, and that was my other worst fear. It was losing my family, but also losing my relationship with God, or losing faith, because after having that sort of rejection in my life all those years, my relationship with God had to mean so much. And I had to take it seriously, at least as seriously as I could at the time. With the tools that I had available to me. But that's why I think that God gave me the vision I had in around about 97, 98. And then the dream around 2000. And then the other dream a bit before that. Yeah, that's why I've been asking questions for years. It's because it's always mattered. And maybe it's mattered more for me because of those reasons. Yeah, because of rejection. Maybe this was the last throw of the dice for me. And yeah, maybe that's as I say, I don't know. It's quite possible, as I said before, it's also a point of if you could choose your challenges beforehand, then maybe it's a case that I chose my challenges. And maybe the reward of choosing challenges so tough is that you get to be shaped and moulded by Father so that He can give you that knowledge and understanding, as you can have that relationship with Him. Because what else, before you were born, what else would have you decide that you would have no mother, no father, that you would have no family, that you'd be rejected upon understanding of conception? That as soon as mother realises that she's conceived you, she rejects you and wants nothing whatsoever to do with you. And never does have anything to do with you because of it. Yeah, and then Father would end up going with someone else. Yeah. And not wanting you either. Only an understanding that you would have that relationship with Father later on. That makes sense to me. It does, it makes sense to me. Yeah, all of that just makes sense. And it's like, okay. So for those people who say, how can you have that? Yeah, I would say, okay, would you like to experience, even for a day, the loneliness and the pain, the heartache, the misery that I had, especially as a child? Would you like for a day to experience that? Yeah, and then you can have maybe part of what I have with God. After about 5 or 10 minutes, they'd say, no, take it away, I don't want it. Yeah. Because they want all the good stuff, but they don't want the tough stuff that you have to go through for your character to be developed, where you can actually receive that. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why. Not really. I can't give an absolute concrete reason as to why. All I can say is that the situation is what it is. Yeah. It just is. I mean, the people in that church will have to ask God why. I can't say why. But that's what I said previously. If I was to do my testimony or anything like that, then I think it would be through someone else asking questions. Because I'd want it to be led by God on what needs to be spoken about on this occasion. Because I really do think if I was to do that, I'd have to do it probably over 4 or 5 different occasions. Yeah. Maybe on the first Sunday of the month. Yeah. To take 4 months, maybe 5 months to give that testimony. And then quite likely it will be a case where the first bit of testimony given would be the stand and what led to me taking, standing on that. And then the last one will be basically what's happened since the stand. The ones in between will be the years from birth to the stand. Well, you might as well finish with the best and end with the best. Yeah. Yeah. Because you want people to come back for the last bit. And you want the first bit to really get people's attention, I suppose. And to come back for the next ones. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, don't know. That would simply be if someone asked me how do I think it would be done. That's how I think it would be done. But I can't say anything more than that, really. So, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I hope in some way this has helped. How? I don't know. It was an understanding I was getting and I thought I should maybe share it. It could be useful. So you take care, God bless, I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.